So let's kick off our opening drive, brought to you by Chevy. This is our first down.
Some of these young guys that going into the second year, Colston's made a big jump. Luther's made a big jump, as you would expect. And those guys were around for most of the offseason as well. You could go by the weight room and see them in there getting some work in February, March, and April. So I think that has something to do with that.
That was a soundbite that got a little bit overlooked last week as we were really focused on the rookies into rookie minicamp. Ben Johnson was asked in his media availability on Friday if there were any veterans that stood out to him, because the veterans have been in the building for Phase 1 and Phase 2, and he went out of his way to notice Luther Burden and Colston Loveland. That's high praise from the head coach.
It is high praise. You'd like to see them in the weight room where they belong in the offseason, Clay. I know you would agree with that. But those are two guys also that when you talk about next season, they will be, besides Caleb Williams, in my mind, the focal point of this offense. So that's where they should be, and that's nice to see the coach noticing the progress and, frankly, their commitment. Because a year ago, these two guys were coming off of injuries. They were slow to be indoctrinated into the offense. And we all can remember the preseason practice where Ben Johnson got mad at Luther Burden and was delaying his ascension to the field. Not so much this year. This is going to be a really exciting season for both guys.
I think for both guys, absolutely. And I got really high expectations for Burden, but even more so for Colston Loveland, the tight end that just turned 22. He came into last year after shoulder surgery for his AC joint. He missed the offseason program. He's behind. For him to even pick up this offense, trust me, I would know, it's really hard for a tight end. You're in protections. You're run blocking. You're going out on routes. You got to know the option routes. You got to know coverages. It's extremely difficult. Now he's got a full offseason in the weight room. I think he is going to just excel, and he's going to be the number one option in this offense.
What I also love about this is that they have kind of turned into a dynamic duo, the two of them, all offseason, you guys. Anytime we saw one of them, it felt like we saw the other. I'll draw on some firsthand experience. I was at the United Center for Michigan's Elite Eight game. Colston Loveland was also there supporting his alma mater, and he's there with Luther Burden, who has no connection to it. And, for Ben Johnson to say the two of them spent the summer together in the weight room, that tells you that Ben Johnson went out in the draft, his first draft as the head coach of the Chicago Bears, and got guys that he wants in this building.
Those guys were priorities, and I think when you look at Colston Loveland, you're exactly right, Clay. When you look at Bears offensive players who are closest to being the best at their position, you've got Joe Thuney, you've got Caleb Williams, but I think Colston Loveland is as close as anybody except for Joe Thuney to being the best at his position.
You wouldn't take another tight end in the NFL at this moment in time than Colston Loveland. From week 9 to week 18, he was number 2 amongst all tight ends in the NFL. It's not just rookies in receiving yards. This guy's got a very bright future.
All right, we love to see it, and I think they're bringing out the best in each other, those two, right? They're fueling each other, and they're competitive with each other, which I think is healthy and fun. Let's go to our second down of this opening drive. Another soundbite that got a little bit overlooked over the weekend was Dennis Allen addressing maybe seeking out to go get some veteran help with his pass rush.
My experience with him was outstanding. I mean, Cam's going to be a freaking, Hall of Fame player, is a Hall of Fame player. And so I don't know that there's been a ton of discussion about that. I think we feel pretty good about, where we're at and what we have. And yet, you never know what opportunities might present themselves at some point down the road.
Well, he left the door open, right? He left the door open there at the end. He's saying, I feel good about where we are. I don't know if we need anyone. I don't think we're in conversations, but don't rule it out.
Clay, you'd be in a better position to know this than I would, but what Dennis Allen essentially did was he said, the door is open, and if you want to skip OTAs, we'll still be here at training camp, because he has played for him. You know that a guy who's going to be 37 years old by the time week 1 arrives doesn't want to mess with OTAs, doesn't maybe want to mess with being part of that, the structure, the regimen that is necessary. But this is also a guy, in Cam Jordan, he has played in 243 games in his NFL career, and he has only missed 2 for health reasons. One to injury, one to COVID. This is Mr. Durability. So if the door is still open, I hope he walks through it in August.
Indy had 10 sacks last year. And let's take a look at their room. Yes, you got Montez Sweat. Austin Booker doesn't come without his risks. He missed 7-8 games last year. Then you go down the list of Dayo Odeyingbo. He played in 8 games last year. We've already talked about it. 1 sack in his last 18 games. From there, Shamar Turner. 70 total snaps before he got hurt. And let's finish with Daniel Hardy. 54 snaps. That's the room. That's the room. That's all you got. And Shamar Turner and Dayo Odeyingbo aren't even going to be healthy for OTAs or training camp.
But surely you played with guys, and I know you were a grinder, and you were there every OTA and all those things, but guys who reach a certain level, the future Hall of Famers, those kind of guys,
yeah,
if they could skip OTAs and even a little bit of training camp, they would, right? If they had this at this stage of his career, I think he has earned the benefit of the doubt.
And I think there's a lot of focus right on Cam Jordan for a very specific reason right now. You look at some of the other guys that are still out there, some of the other veterans that are on the market, a Joey Bosa, Kyle Van Noy, Jadeveon Clowney. What they all don't have is the familiarity with Dennis Allen's system. It's okay if Cam Jordan isn't at OTAs because he's going to slide right in. He knows the scheme, Clay.
I will say the scheme for an edge rusher, a defensive end, isn't that difficult. If you're a safety, if you're a nickel cornerback, if you're a linebacker, you have to align more places. Defensive end, sometimes it's
get the quarterback.
Rush the quarterback,
which
only
only
third down.
underscores the main point. If he gets here on a Friday, he could play on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
and
great
still
stuff.
make an impact.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our third down of this opening drive. Yesterday during Clay's Corner, Clay highlighted some players and some coaches who really benefited from the rookie class before they really have had a true opportunity to get on the field or even really put pads on. Not all veteran players, though, are going to be looking at the incoming talent the same way. The reality is a number of established veterans are going to be competing against their new teammates for roles on the team and potentially even starting positions. You take a look at the Bears 2026 draft class there on your screen. Guys, I ask you this, which Bears veteran players do you think are most vulnerable after seeing the incoming draft class?
Which guys are sitting a little straighter in the meetings and maybe spend a little more time in the weight room? I think if you're Javon Dexter, you have to notice the fact that they love Jordan Vandenberg. I know that Jordan Vandenberg is a 6th-round pick, and he will come into the league with a label, and it'll be hard for him to shed that label. But nothing works better than hard work and effort, and this guy's motor never stops. And the coaching staff loves him, and you got guys pounding the table in the draft room to take him. So, Clay, I wonder if Javon Dexter will get the message that, you know what, you're in a contract year. It's time for him to perform.
And when the scouts are bringing this cut up and the defensive line coaches are bringing this cut up to Dennis Allen to watch a 60-play cut up to please, sign off on this guy. You know they want him. For me, I'm going to go with Tyreek Stevenson. I think he's on notice. Obviously, Malik Muhammad's a 4th-round pick, but the Bears traded up for a reason.
Right.
29 starts in the SEC at Texas, played against Matthew Golden in college, a teammate of his for the last couple years. He's played against speed. He's played against good tight ends. His athletic profile, through the roof. Obviously, we talked about the 4.40, the 10-10 broad jump, all the athletic traits, and then you see him on field in rookie minicamp. He moves well. He's playing inside. He's playing outside. He has the right mindset. He said, I'm, quote, confident as heck. So this is a guy that you want that I think is going to be open to the conversation, isn't going to back down to anybody.
It's really good, guys. You both chose some rookies that are threatening veterans, rookies that were taken maybe in later rounds. How about a rookie taken in the 2nd round?
Ooh,
a Logan Jones,
yes,
who you want to be contributing in his rookie season when you're taking that high in the draft. And I think you look at Sam Roush, you know that tight end room, you understand the Ben Johnson system. Only one center can be on the field at a time. There's no 3 tight end, no 3 center. There's only one ball snapped a game. And I think this is really interesting for Garrett Bradbury, who came in sort of as an emergency plan B to Drew Dahlman retiring, and now you have Logan Jones coming in, and he wants to start.
Do you think the adjustment to Bradbury's contract had anything to do with the fact that they drafted Logan Jones and he could be closer to playing now?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it has to. I think you have to give him some sort of stability and assurance that they're going to take care of him. Obviously, I don't know if they necessarily had planned on drafting a center in the 2nd round when they went out and traded Garrett Bradbury. And listen, guys, we'll see how training camp plays out. You can imagine that there's going to be offensive linemen, centers that are hurt in training camp. Maybe another team is going to need a Garrett Bradbury, and they'll be able to get something for him if they feel like Logan Jones is ready. Let's go to our 4th down of this opening drive. You may have seen this graphic circulating social media over the course of the last couple of days as we talk about the NFL schedules coming out on Thursday. Here's a look at the Bears and the NFC North strength of schedule for the upcoming season. Before we get to that, take a listen to Dan Wiederer on the 𝗏𝗟 and Haugh show this morning, talking about how tough it's going to be for the Bears in 2026.
The road schedule, you go look at where they're going to play, including trips to Seattle and Buffalo. Those are not easy. And then the first place games, right? For the Bears, the first place games that they'll play are home against the Eagles, at Seattle, home against the Jaguars. Compare that to the Lions, who we know are still a threat. They've got versus Giants, at Cardinals versus Titans. I know which schedule you would pick if you were choosing between those two menus of games. And so this is a difficult slate for the Bears in 2026, but that's what they want, right? Like, this is the attitude of this regime is bring it on.
Will shirtless Ben Johnson ever get old?
No.
Also, that
Yes.
photo of Dan Wiederer is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously covers the Bears for The Athletic. Did a great job on the Mully and Haugh show this morning. Always have to listen to him. He's got good insight. David, you look at the Bears, obviously the division, right? That's tough in and of itself. But then the Bears have a strength of schedule. They're playing a first-place schedule this upcoming season. Does it give you pause?
I don't want to diminish that because the quality of the opponent does matter. At the same time, a year ago, if you'd have told teams that they were playing the Bears next October, they would have said thank you very much because they would be a team you would expect to beat. The NFL has a league full of parity as much as any professional league in sports. That's what makes it so watchable each and every Sunday. I know that they have a .550 winning percentage, the Bears' opponents do, but I don't think that it's going to preclude me from making a playoff run or being a different kind of team. It's not really from year to year easy to predict.
Is it more impressive to win the MAC or to win the Big Ten? I'm just saying, it matters. If your schedule's tougher, it's going to be harder to win your division, and especially when some of the people in the teams in your division are playing a weaker schedule. It matters. The margin for error gets small. You're not sneaking up on anybody anymore, and you need depth. You take a toll when all these games, and I'm saying that the Bears games didn't come down to the fourth quarter. When you're playing all these good teams, you need a lot of depth because the injury risk from each position, you can't have a drop-off because every team you're playing is so good.
Guys, we talk about this all the time. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. I'll never forget, we looked at last year's schedule and we saw they were playing the Ravens and the Bengals back-to-back, and you're like, oh my goodness, they got Lamar Jackson, and then they got Joe Burrow. Turned out to be Tyler Huntley and Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Like, you just never know. They did lose to Tyler Huntley. I understand, but you get the point. You understand.
Yes.
A lot can happen, but it's all fun to predict what it could look like as we get ready for Thursday.